right now at 7.
Breaking news, terror for shoppers after a shooting inside a busy mall. The search tonight for suspects and the impact on BART.
We're conducting a systematic search of the mall, the surrounding parking lots, and we're also working closely with BART.
We heard multiple gunshots going off, 4, 5. Everybody started running, a stampede.
Good evening, I'm Elizabeth Cook.
And I'm Ken Dassita. Those shots rang out just before 4 this afternoon at the Tanforan Mall in San Bruno, and it sent terrified shoppers running for their lives.
Now, when the dust settled, 4 people were hurt. You can see there's a map of the area right now, and then those victims were taken to SF General Hospital. The hospital tells us it's treating 2 patients. One is in critical condition. The other is in stable condition. You can see the victims right there. 2 other people were treated on scene.
The Tanforan Mall is still a crime scene tonight. Police teams are conducting a systematic search of the entire structure, including the parking structure. The shooting took place near the mall entrance by the theater.
Our crews have been on scene covering all angles of this story. We start live with KPIX5 Simon Perez. Simon?
Elizabeth, we are on the El Camino Real side of the mall. That's the west side of the mall. When we showed up earlier this afternoon, right around 4 o'clock, boy, there were lots of police cars here. You can still see some of them remain, doing the investigation, searching the mall for any evidence and making sure that there are no people left hiding inside of the mall who might have been afraid from all the shooting. We spoke to San Bruno Police Chief Ed Barberini earlier today. He told us what happened inside. 2 people went in with handguns and opened fire. He's not clear exactly whether they were shooting at each other, but he does say that this did seem to be a planned type of event, not something where people are shooting at random at multiple victims inside. Here is his description of how it all went down.
We believe that there were 2 or more persons that were actually shooting, and that they were shooting at other people with some type of intent or purpose. And so that's where we're at right now. We're conducting a systematic search of the mall, the surrounding parking lots, and we're also working closely with BART since there's access to a BART station there.
Just to make sure I'm clear, those 2 people, were they shooting at each other or they were teamed up going after other people?
We don't know that. They may very well have been shooting at each other.
There were dozens, hundreds of people inside the mall, and we were able to speak to several of the witnesses. Some of them said that they didn't even hear what was going on because they were inside the movie theater. One was watching Spider-Man. He said he didn't know that there was anything happening until he got text messages from friends, so he left the theater through the emergency exit. Another woman working in the center of the mall said that she actually hunkered down inside of her store because she heard a lot of gunshots, and she didn't leave until the police told her to go ahead, and it was safe to leave. One last woman that we spoke to was on her break walking through to the middle of the mall when the shots rang out. Here's what she said.
And I'm coming out of Target on my break, and I heard 2 really loud banging noises. And then I saw and heard everybody running from like the direction of Sears. It seemed like they were running towards me. And I turned around and I just started running, and everyone was screaming. And I ran down this hallway and turned a corner, and there was glass all over the floor of the food court, and a bunch of cops, and they're just yelling, "You have to run, you have to run, you have to run." And I just ran as fast as I could out.
Now, we can't say that the 2 suspects did get away, but the San Bruno police chief told us that there are cameras all over the place inside of that mall. So they are analyzing that right now. And as I said, still here on scene, trying to make sure that there's no one left inside, scared and still hiding. Want to make sure that everybody's okay. And we can tell you, Elizabeth, that the mall and the area is safe now.
Good to know. All right, thank you, Simon.
KPIX5's Betty Yu continues our live team coverage. Betty, you have been hearing from other witnesses as well.